What's going on, guys? It's Red Bull Tanker, and welcome to a to an Axis and Allies 1914 game that I'm going to be running concurrent with my Korea game that I am playing with Airsoft Commando. That one is Operation Chromite. Our schedules have been a little off, and so we haven't been able to actually really start yet. And since I figured out that the Axis and Allies 1914 board can fit on my table with my Korea map, I decided that I would just do a solo of 1914. So with this 1914 game, I also am changing up the game a little bit. First off, the setup. I tried to emulate the setup from Global War 1914 as from what I could use from the resources on the historical board gaming website. I am using that game's initial setup for 1914. As you can see, I'm playing with major and minor factories. Naval bases are still the same in this game as it is in the original game. There will be no air bases, and there are no bombers. Just for fun, because I don't have really any, because the neutrals in 1914 have their own different setup, I decided to do that using old white Risk pieces. So these tiny Risk pieces are denoting the neutral forces throughout the board, down here in Africa, over here in Persia, and up there in Scandinavia. What else? Also new, the U.S. is not going to start with its full 20 IPC like it normally does. Just like in Global War 1914, it is going to start with 3 IPC, and at the end of every turn, it'll roll a d6 dice, and then that'll get added. That'll be the amount of IPC added at the end of the turn until they get to their full wartime IPC value of 20. Now, there are other ways besides the dice rolls that the U.S. can go up in IPC, but there's also one way they can go down. So, in order to go up, the U.S. will get +1 for any neutrals that the Central Powers attacks. So if the Central Powers, say, attack Greece or Persia or Afghanistan or anything down here, the U.S. will get a +1 on their IPC chart. Next, if the Central Powers take London, that'll be +10 for the United States. If the Central Powers take Paris, that'll be +5. And this is going to tie into another set of rules. If Italy joins the Central Powers, the U.S. will get a +4. And then, like I said, that carries over. So, Italy at the beginning of the game for turn 1 is going to be neutral. On turn 2, we're going to roll a d12. Well, starting on turn 2 and every turn after until Italy picks a side, we're going to roll a d12. On a 1 or 2, Italy will join the Central Powers. On a 3 or 5, it'll stay neutral. And then on a 6 to 12, it'll join the Allies. So if Italy rolls a 1 or a 2 and joins the Central Powers, then the U.S. will get a +4 IPC on their IPC chart. And then, let me see here. Other than that, one thing I am doing too, what's most common in this game is that each turn pretty much represents 1 year. I am breaking that down kind of to what Global 1940 is, which is every 6 months. So instead of on turn 4 the U.S. joining the war, the U.S. won't join the war until turn 6, or they hit their 20 IPC wartime economy. Which, I mean, even then they don't have to go to war if they don't want to right away. What else was there? The Russian Revolution will be automatic. So, I think, because I even wrote it out, turn 7. So on turn 7, the Russian Revolution will automatically happen, and then Russia will exit the game. The Russian capital in this game is not Moscow. It is Petrograd, St. Petersburg, whatever you want to call it, up here in Karelia. That is this will be the Russian capital, not Moscow. So that way, the Central Powers have a little bit farther to go to actually either capture Petrograd or to institute the conditions in which the Russian Revolution Russian Revolution will happen. Which I just realized I have that, so I have to fix that. But I think that is it. And then I think I'm not going to do an individual turn for every nation. So I think for this game, what I'm going to do, let's see here. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's 8. I think what I will do is I'll do videos for Germany. Crap, I had this all worked out, and then now all of a sudden I'm blanking on it. Oh, never mind. No, not Germany. So what I was going to do, I was going to kind of do a half and half. So there'll be a video for Austria, a video for Great Britain, since Britain's in the middle of the game, and then we'll do short videos on the United States, so that way I can give you the full scope of what happens after the British turn as well, so that way I'm not covering so much ground. So there'll be a video, so there'll be 3 videos covering this game, as far as 3 videos covering every turn of the game. And so yeah, for Austria, the British, and the Americans, just so that way I can tie it all in. So that is what that's what I'm going to be doing, at least for this solo play. While mine and Airsoft Commando schedules kind of resync with each other, especially where we live, we're coming up on our deer hunting season, and I know Airsoft Commando does go out and do that. So I mean, he's getting ready for that. So, but yeah, just be on the lookout for this game, and then also just be on the lookout for our games on the Korea. On the Korea game that we are calling Operation Chromite. So that's it for now, guys, and we'll see you for the first Austrian turn. So until then, guys, as always, take care.